Come on, hurry up, you guys!
My life! Oh, my life!
Michael, what's wrong?
Everything's wrong! The stress of my modern office has caused me to go into a depression.
Depression? Isn't that just a fancy word for feeling bummed out?
Dwight, you ignorant slut!
Football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football.
Welcome on in, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, members of the CRFFL group, and anyone who randomly found this YouTube video out of nowhere. Welcome! Week 1 is basically done. We are recording this on a Monday at 10 p.m. because Mike is going to go listen to a band that likes to play music about having sex. Can't relate. But so we need to do the recording early, but looking at the scores of Monday's night's game, it's looking pretty bleak, let's just say. It's looking pretty bleak, but we have pretty much the teams and the winners and the losers wrapped up, and we are just recording early. Mike, my co-host, Mike, How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm very excited about breaking down games. I think there's been a lot of stuff going on across the league. And yeah, I mean, I think we've got a lot of notable storylines to start the season. And I think it's going to be a really fun season. I would just say the parity in the Crossroads Fantasy Football League it's just there. It's just there from year 1 to year 2. I mean, it's overreaction day. It's overreaction day today, yeah. And I'm embracing it. I'm all in on overreaction Monday. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm ready.
I completely agree with you. I mean, when we look at the overview of these week 1 games, again, it's week 1. You know, and with how preseason is now it goes now, most of these starters that we have drafted don't play in preseason. This is their first real week. So there's a lot of jitters. There's a lot of nerves. But you know what? Again, I'm with you. I like to buy into the hype. The Chargers beat the Chiefs for the first time since 2021. Chargers are going to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm praising right now. And we have some amazing, amazing things to talk about. From the continued dominance of myself and you, who are doing well, putting belt to ass in this league, to some of the crazy things. The two lowest teams of last year, that being Heather's Haterade and Joel, whose name is now Sutton Smells Like Sneedhead, both going 1-0.
1-0, dude.
It's crazy.
1-0. And I mean, I feel like Joel came out with a vengeance this week.
He did.
I feel like he was salty about how the review went after the draft. And I mean, could he prove us wrong? Could he be putting together a historic run?
I don't know. It's week 1, so we gotta believe.
It's week 1, baby. It's week 1.
And the only thing we can say is, if you won in week 1, you're going to win the whole thing. And if you lost in week 1, you might as well put into your financial records that $25 you put in is gonna just be a loss.
It's gone. It's a loss.
Gonna be a loss. But anyways, let us get in. We are gonna go into the first game. This game is currently not fully done. It is myself. My team name was Celest Williams. I'm having this new strategy of anyone I go against, I'm changing my name to your mother's name, and I'm changing my profile pic to a picture of you and your mother, because there's nothing scarier than your mama, going up against your mama. But my team versus Katie Williams, all you need is love. And as I said, it's kind of a belt-to-ass type of game. Katie got very unlucky. Kicker on Friday, put in IR. But you look at my team, Patrick Mahomes, 32 points. JSN ending up with 27 points. I don't know where that came from. Sam Laporta, 16 points. Really good from a tight end. Jacoby Myers, 22 points. And Washington defense with a nice 12 points. Now, Katie, I do really feel bad for Katie because overall, Katie, and this is where I'm going to just thank my lucky stars. Katie did not do nothing. Christian McCaffrey, 32.2 points. But Baker Mayfield, 32.58 points. You have Drake London, 15 points. Pretty decent. Deebo Samuel, 25 points. I just want to say, from the first review, Katie, I think you did fantastic. And I'm very glad that I just kind of got Christian McCaffrey out of the way in week 1. Because there's a few players that can just throw up 30 to 50 points. And I think I've seen Christian McCaffrey do it. I've seen Derrick Henry do it. I've seen Joe Burrow do it. I've seen Jamar Chase do it. So to get one of those just out of the way in week 1 feels good.
I think I would agree with you. I don't think Katie needs to hang her head at all.
No.
I think obviously the big question mark for Katie was, is McCaffrey going to play?
Yes.
And he played and he balled. 32 points. Great thing for McCaffrey. Also, when you go down to Katie's bench, she's got Keenan Allen on the bench, and Keenan Allen balled out as well. He balled out with 24 points. So she's got some trade value there, and she's got some options moving forward. Unfortunately for Katie, she played the blow-up game of the week. She played the number 1 scoring team of the week, which was you, Will. So kudos to you. You put up 183 points. Nobody else got to the 180s, and Katie put up 162.
Yeah.
Katie is going to win against, she would have won against me. She would have won against Tori. She would have won against Sean. She would have won against Gordon. She would have won against Kevin, and she would have won against Caleb.
Yeah.
Her points. So, and her game's not even over. She could put up more, and she played against the highest scoring team of the week. So no shade at Katie. I think she has a good team. But kudos to you as well. Not gonna, your team came out firing. I mean, you got some bangers on here right now. So, hey, you know what? I think that you weathered the storm of having Patrick Mahomes go up against your home team, which is always tough in the fantasy realm. You got the perfect thing, what you wanted. You got your team victory, but you also got your fancy QB to ball out and get you 38 points. So kudos to you. And yeah, not much more I'm going to break down about that game, because I think you had a great performance, but I also think Katie had a good performance. And Katie's got to feel good even at 0-1 moving the season. Her team's got a lot of firepower. So
I would give one bit of advice, and this is coming from a Charger fan. I didn't know this, but we wide receivers are getting points towards first down conversions, and I didn't know that before this season started. And Katie, my biggest recommendation would be to actually start Keenan Allen. We have a thing in Chargers culture called third and Keenan, because when it comes down to third down, every Chargers fan is looking at Keenan, because Keenan is that person that will convert. And also, speaking of this, when did her kicker join? When did this happen? This was not discussed.
Today. That was the whole thing. Waivers processed Monday morning at 7 a.m. So the kicker she dropped last night, it was all a kerfuffle. So it's fine, because the kicker.
If the kicker scores 20 points, I'm going to be calling you. But right now,
no,
6 points.
It's the waivers process it's a completely legal move. No one had that kicker.
No.
I didn't make any changes to the setup.
Fair enough. Well, regardless, it is what it is. Right now, for her to win, she needs another 20 points between TJ Hawkinson and her kicker, who currently only have 7 points total. We're going to chalk it as a win. If something changes, you'll see a blast right here that just says, Will's a loser. Ha 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 ha. Because again, there is still a 1% chance. But regardless, let us move on into your game. Now, this game is also technically for some reason, it is at a 99%. I don't know who is on Tori's team that could get her any points to win it. But regardless, we have Mike's Magical Milkmen versus El Toro. A very good game. Justin Herbert, my king, 44 points. Breece Hall, the person who I said was a bum, 27 points. Hubbard, another person I said was a bum, 20 points. Your wide receivers were deplorable. Jamar Chase with 5.6, A.J. Brown with 1.8. I know that you were so close to taking a bath with a toaster after Thursday night with A.J. Brown only getting 1.8. But still, Brock Bowers, we all know he's a stud, 21.8 points. And the rest of I mean, everyone else is decent. George Pickens, everyone else balled out except for your wide receivers. Your wide receivers were bummed. Just absolute bums. While Tori on her side, Jalen Hurts, 35 points, pretty solid. The running backs did, you have Kyron Williams, who got you 15 points, which is pretty decent. RJ Harvey really didn't get you anything going. CeeDee Lamb did pretty well, even though he had some pretty deplorable drops. Malik Neighbors, 16 points, pretty good. Terry McBride, another good tight end, 16 points. Jalen Waddle, I mean, everyone in Miami was absolutely just a mess. And then your kicker and your defense really didn't do anything. And what really hurts for Torrey, which really could have been a game changer, if you would have traded Jalen Waddle for Keon Coleman, I think you might have gotten the difference. If not, it would have been close.
That gives her the win.
Which, it's one of those things, because if you would have looked at halftime at everyone in Buffalo, you would have been like, no, it's not gonna be a difference maker. But then all of a sudden, and this is the thing that I think Josh Allen has, and what I think Joe Burrow has, where it's just like all of a sudden they can just turn the lights on and everybody eats. And it's unfortunate, but I don't know. What I would say is, Mike, you have a very good team. If Justin Herbert can stay healthy and the team can stay healthy, you're looking good. I thought Justin Herbert was a risk because I know Jim Harbaugh likes to run the ball, but he was slanging it.
I think Justin Herbert, he's got a big contract. I think that he's 5 years in. It's time to let the man cook. If he's going to be what everybody thinks he is, this is his year. And I had him before. I think I had him 2 years ago and in my other league, and he balled. So I didn't feel bad about taking him. I thought I got good value with him in the draft. And so, yeah, I think this is going to be a good year for him. Breece Hall, he's in his contract year, which is why I took him. He is not signed to a big contract. He signs after this year. And he is going to ball out this year. I'm just telling you, after I watched that Jets game, and
they're scary.
Balled out. And Justin Fields balled out, and Garrett Wilson balled out. I think the Jets want to prove something this year, and I think that you got to watch out for Breece Hall, Justin Fields, and Garrett Wilson, which we'll talk about later. I feel really good about my team. Chase and Brown are not going to put up that performance every weekend. It's just not going to happen. So to me, there's only one way to go. I feel like I'm going up, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. It's time to ball, and I think I can make a deep run this year. That's where I'm at.
I agree.
Torrey,
I agree.
My critique on Torrey is exactly what you said. I will reiterate what we said in the preseason show. Neighbors and Diggs and Waddle. Who's throwing you the ball, dude? Who's throwing the ball to those guys? And that is the concern for me. I understand that Coleman wasn't doing anything, but Josh Allen's your QB. I think that it was a mistake. I think it was a miss. If you got Josh Allen as your QB, you got to play. I'm taking him over. I'm taking him over Waddle for sure. You know what I'm saying? Neighbors, I get it. He's the number one option. Diggs, I get it. He's the number one option. But you got Tyreek Hill. He's going to be the number one option in Miami, even though he's terrible and no, he doesn't care.
He's just old. He's old. Now.
But to me, you got to put Coleman in there because it's the Bills, and you got Josh Allen slinging that thing, and he's going to do what he's going to do. So again, I think Torrey's got to look at her wide receiver core, and I think she's got to make some moves there. CeeDee Lamb, he balled. I mean, I think good pick by her to take him number one. He looked really good in the season opener, and I don't think Pickett is going to be the guy at all. So I think CeeDee Lamb's going to ball out for the rest of the season, and Dak seems like he is in really good form, and he looked like he was slinging it too.
Yeah.
So I think that her team, again, I feel similar to Katie. I don't think she needs to hang her head at all after week one, but I do think she needs to look at her wide receiving core and maybe make some adjustments there. But outside of that, not a bad run.
I think overall, this matchup is the definition of buying into the hype right now from both sides. I think from you, Breece Hall looked amazing. It's the Jets, though. And, what makes me nervous is it's the same. It's one of those things of it works in Ravens territory where with Derrick Henry, you're always afraid that Lamar Jackson is going to take some of his runs. But Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. Breece Hall is not Derrick Henry. Justin Fields also likes to run. So it's one of those things of it's the Jets and you have another quarterback who likes to run. Hubbard did very well. It's the Panthers. I know you're a Panthers fan, but you would even admit it's the Panthers. They don't have any other option. That's true. It's just one of those things of, I agree with you. I don't think Jace and A.J. Brown put up those numbers constantly. But I also don't know, and that's including Herbert, as a Chargers fan, I don't know if those people on that side also put up those numbers or close to those numbers every single time. Torrey's side, I'm very nervous about the running backs, actually. Kyren Williams, I think, is decent, but I don't think he's it. And I don't think RJ Harvey is it.
Besides CeeDee Lamb, besides Hurts, CeeDee Lamb, I think the rest of our team is mid players.
Which is why I was going to say, I think what you do is, I think Tyler Warren's stocks are pretty high right now. He did very well with the Colts as they did belt to ass to Miami. I think you look to see if you can get a trade. Someone who's looking for a decent tight end, try to trade him for a decent running back.
But you picked Torrey as your sleeper pick.
I did. And I still think
it shows you how week one overreaction.
Yeah, I still think she's a sleeper pick because I think Hurts is a great quarterback. CeeDee Lamb, I think he's a bum, but he could prove me wrong. Malik Neighbors, 16 points is fine. Terry McBride, besides Brock Bowers, I put Terry McBride second in tight ends. It's really just, to me, I think if you can just get someone, if you can replace RJ Harvey with someone else, I think you'll be doing a lot better. And I think Kyren Williams will do a little bit better. So I would look at Tyler Warren because you don't need the second tight end. Look to see if you can trade it for somebody and pick up a running back, an RB2 that could really help you out. Any final thoughts for that matchup?
No, I'm good.
All right. We are on to matchup number 3, which is Sean Melton, a.k.a. Back That Pass Up versus Gordon, a.k.a. Gordzilla. This is a 99-1%, as there are 2 players with Sean's on Sean's team, Justin Jefferson and Loveland, who are still playing. And on top of that, actually, there are 2 players on Gordon's team, DJ Moore and the Vikings defense. But based on how it's going, it's looking like it's pretty likely of what we are going to see as I put up the scores here. First thing we got to say, Dak Prescott. I said it during draft. Did not tickle my fancy, let's just say. Bijan Robinson did absolutely tickle my fancy, but he's number 1 overall. We knew that was going to happen. Henderson, rookie. 12 points is okay, but as your starting RB2, doesn't tickle the fancy. Justin Jefferson, currently it is closing out to the 3rd, and the boys got 1 carry for 4 yards and 1 catch for 4 yards. If we said A.J. Brown was bad, this is also yikes. Now, is this going to be, are we riding the hype? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Justin Jefferson is a baller. He will do fine. Tyreek Hill. We've talked about him before. He's just.
But he could be getting traded. He could be getting traded, which would be huge for Sean.
That would be huge.
Big. He needs. Sean's begging. Please trade this boy.
Yeah, because I just don't think 2 is it. I just don't think he's it, man. I think Tyreek Hill needs 1. He needs to go somewhere. Honestly, bring him back to the Chiefs. I don't want to say that as a Chargers fan, but as a Sean fan.
Headline for his team. My wide receivers are old.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill with your flex being Mike Evans, who did 14 points. That's okay. McMillan as your other 15 points. Okay. Kicker, 13 points, decent. And then Arizona defense. Kyler Murray on the bench with 30 points. Yikes. Yikes. And then you also had Egbuka, 23 points. It's really funny that the young people in Sean's team are on the bench. Kyler Murray and Egbuka, who did very well. I have Egbuka in my Dynasty League, and I'm so happy I played him. You should have done the same. Looking over to our winner, though, Gordzilla, keeping Jaden Daniels as his keeper. Keeping a quarterback as your one keeper, I think, is a little wild, but 33 points from a quarterback
Balled out.
looks good. Genty didn't look really good at the beginning of his debut, but he's a rookie. It's week 1. The Raiders are still going to, they don't, besides Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, they're going to be running. They're going to be running him like crazy. He just needs to get up to speed. It's going to take some time. I'm not counting Genty out yet. Kamara, old guy, 16.7 points. You like that? Lad McConkey. I fucking love Ladidi McConkey. He's one of my favorite players on the Chargers.
You're such a homer, dude. You're a
love
homer.
him. I love him. I love him. I wish I would have picked him, but 16 points. Man's great. DK Metcalf did really well. Your tight end didn't really do great. And then your flex options are Judy and DJ Moore. They're not really doing much. Kicker, putting up 15 points, looking good. And your defense, Vikings defense, they've currently allowed 17 points, so not looking great. But does it matter? Does it matter? You got the win. And you know what got you the win? Jaden Daniels was one of the main reasons. Jaden Daniels, Alvin Kamara, Lad McConkey, DK Metcalf. What do we think of Gordon's team right now after week 1?
I think I would call this the Prozac Bowl.
Oh my God.
And it's just the battle of old players. Like, there's some young talent on these teams, but the majority of these dudes, like Njoku, what are you doing? Get out of here. Jerry Jeudy, get out of here. Metcalf, get out of here. Like,
Metcalf's still young.
Hill, I mean, not really.
Oh, he's 27. Okay, he's a little bit older than he's still youngish.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Gordon won, like, cool. 150, like, but let's just call it like it is, dude. Sean went out and laid a stinker. He laid a big old nasty log on that.
He did. He stood there at the free throw line.
He backed that pass up to the toilet and took a shit. That's what he did, dude. I mean, this thing is rough.
He's standing there, game on the line. He has to make the final free throw. His high school crush is in the crowd, and he just takes a big crap right on the floorboards. Here's the honest truth. I see Gordon and Sean kind of at this level, and at the end of week 1, if this is Gordon, I see the trajectory going up. Like, I'm like, ooh, Jaden Daniels, I like him as a quarterback. Genty, I still have a lot of hope for him, and I think he's going to pick up. Alvin Kamara, 16 points, and he's pretty good. He might be still in it.
I don't understand why you don't have Zach Ertz in your lineup to get double points with Jaden Daniels.
That's also
like put Ertz in there. Yeah, I
that's
don't.
Fair.
I don't have. I don't. Really
I got some
have
hope
much
up
issue with Gordon's team. I think he's got some decent players.
Yeah.
My big issue is with Sean.
And this is where I'd say if I'm looking at Gordon after week 1 and I'm like, oh, I got some hope for you, I'm liking it. Sean's the absolute opposite. I'm like, I'm not liking what you're cooking right now. You're starting to burn the stew. I mean, the first thing we do is I think we trade Egbuka. We put him in. Sorry, we don't trade. We put him in the starting lineup because he is currently, I believe for the next little bit, he's a wide receiver 2 for the Buccaneers behind Mike Evans. So he's getting looks. 6 targets, not much, but he's converting to that.
I mean, dude, you put in Ibuka and you put in Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
23 and 30. I mean,
and Kyler and the Cardinals go against Carolina.
You put him in.
I would put him in. I'd put him in. So I think if you make those changes, I think that stops the bleeding. But then we need to start looking at what can we do to really bring some life, specifically in the wide receivers.
Jefferson, dude. I think he needs to trade Jefferson.
That is wild to say.
Okay.
But we could see. I mean, if you're that desperate, something to see. You know, maybe you trade Jefferson. I can't say that and be serious. No, you keep Jefferson. You trade out Hill, put in Egbuka, and then you look to see if someone's desperate just for like a flex pick for Hill. That's how I see it.
I think Gordon needs to cash in Jaden Daniels. I don't think he'll do it because he's a Washington homer.
He's not doing that.
I think he can get some value for Jaden Daniels right now, big time.
There's absolutely no way he does that. Absolutely no way.
I agree that he doesn't do it, but I think Kevin would do a trade with him.
I guess that's fair. All right, let's go on into our next pairing last year's big-time loser, my favorite bartender, Joel, a.k.a. Sutton Smells Like Sneedhead. That's a great name. Versus Mr. Late himself, Caleb Tremper. This game, I'm not going to lie, it ended closer than I thought it would be. It's 99% to 1%. Joel, I mean, let's just say it how it is. King Henry remains king. Hey, I'll eat some humble pie. I thought this was going to be the year Derrick Henry starts to decrease. 35.7 points.
Dude, that man's a man. Dude, that guy is a freak.
It's absolutely wild. Cortland Sutton, I will always say this guy's a bum because, one, he plays for Denver, but two, I just don't like him. 21 points. I'm eating humble pie. Marvin Harrison, 20 points. Like it. Chris Boswell, 18 points from a kicker. You love to see it. And then the Denver defense, 22 points. I mean, that is what's really... Bo Nix also did okay. He got 18 points. I mean, that's okay. That's really, I think, what... And Chase Brown as well. Those are the people who won you it. Evan Ingram didn't really get you anything. Nico Collins didn't get you anything. Aaron Jones didn't get you anything. But man... I mean, if we look at it as it is, you know, if I keep it a fat 100 with you, if Chris Boswell kicks like a regular kicker and doesn't get 18 points, and Denver is like all the other defenses, this game is a lot closer because he only won by 20 points. You know, you take 10 points off of each the kicker and the defender, or and the defense, and you got a tie game.
Did Xavier Worthy get injured pre-game or?
So here's what let's talk about the other side before we talk about what we think. Caleb's team, Josh Allen, 59.26 points. How are you going to have a quarterback that scores almost 60 points and still lose the game? I'll tell you why. Xavier Worthy injured in the second play, I believe. Cross route with Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce obviously heard that Taylor Swift was excited that the Kansas City Chiefs drafted Xavier Worthy, that he was like, I got to take this guy out, and did. Absolutely, on a cross route, absolutely took him out. George Kittle gets injured as well. Puts you 14 points up, which is nice, but is now injured and is looking to miss probably 2 to 4 weeks because his hamstring literally ripped off the bone. Not looking good. Not looking good.
All I'm going to say is this. Just like Travis Kelce's fiance would say, karma is a god. When you show up late to the draft and you postpone it, it's bad karma. And you put up 60 points for their QB, you lose the game. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. There's some voodoo magic going on there. You know, it is what it is. But also, props to my man Joel. Just like you, I will eat humble pie.
Oh, yeah.
He balled out.
He did.
I really like his team. I like what he put together in week one. My critique to you, Joel, is, my guy, you've got the Denver defense. You've got Ingram, the Denver tight end. You've got Sutton, the wide receiver for Denver. And you got Bo Nix, the QB for Denver. You got to diversify, dude. You got to diversify a little bit. I think you got away with it in week one. I think you got to diversify. That's my only take.
Well, I think the easiest thing he can do, for the most part, because Denver next week, they play the Colts, which, if the Colts do anything they did to Miami this week, Denver's going to look rough. I don't think they will, because I think Denver has a much better defense than Miami does. But I think you take out Nico Collins. I think you put in Hollywood Brown. Do I think Hollywood Brown is a great receiver? No. But now that Xavier Worthy is injured and he's out for the next few weeks because of a shoulder dislocation, and Rashee Rice is still suspended, Hollywood Brown is now the wide receiver 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And what does Patrick Mahomes do? Patrick Mahomes makes okay to just above par receivers look great. Now, they go against the Eagles, so you kind of got to choose between that. But I think you start Hollywood Brown. That would be my hot take in this. And then when it comes down to Caleb, brother, I think you need to put in Etienne. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, you had Xavier Worthy as your flex option, so you can trade him out there. I mean, I don't love your running backs. I mean, it's Etienne, who was not doing great until the fourth quarter, where he picked up some nice trash points and got you to 18.5. And Pollard, I just don't think Pollard's the guy. So, I mean, you're talking about that's your running back 1 and 2. I think you bring in Etienne, but I think you need to start looking at the waivers to see if you can pick up some, like, juicy picks. Any other thoughts?
My one other thought is I think this could be the first showing of the scoring changes we made in the defensive category, with Denver getting 22 points on the defense for Joel, which can show you if you pick up a good defense that's going to, because he got 6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries.
Yeah.
And they only allowed 12 points. I mean, you get a good defense on your team, it can be a game changer this
100%.
year. So I think that for some of these teams, if you're in a struggle position, you need, there's only 10 of 30 whatever defense, 32 defenses are taken. Are there 30 teams or 32? 32 teams. How many?
32.
32. Only 10 of 32 are taken. So that's a place we can look on waivers if you're trying to get some points. You pick up you find the right matchup for defense, it could be a game changer, because it was big for Joel in week 1.
100%. So Joel, humble pie eaten. I like what you got there. It's not there yet, but my goodness, is it a lot better than where you were last year. Caleb, you're going to need to start getting the scalpel, the sutures, maybe the crash cart. Like, we need to start maybe starting to do some life procedures in this. All right. And on to our final matchup. Probably the wildest one to finish up. Our good friends, Heather and Kevin. I mean, last year, if you would have said that this turned out the way that it is, I would tell you that you're absolutely barbaric. Heather, second to last, fighting for her life not to put on the little waitress suit and serve us some, pina coladas for the Super Bowl. Barely made it out and, was successful. Beat Rev Kev by almost 30 points. Who last year was dominant. And we said in last week's draft review that his team scares us. We said that our Timbers were in fact shivered by Kevin's team. Did we speak too soon? If we look at the breakdown from it, from Heather's team, Joe Burrow compared to Lamar Jackson. I mean, Joe Burrow did not do much, only 14 points, while Lamar Jackson got almost 40, absolutely lights out in the first half, and then shit himself in the second half. Typical Ravens. While Joe Burrow didn't get to do much, continuing to go down Heather's team. Jonathan Taylor, 17 points. Love it. Amarion Hampton, 12 points. Not great, but again, he's a rookie. And Jim Harbaugh loves to run his running back, so I wouldn't freak out too much about that. Puka Nacua. What did I say in the draft? Do not give up Puka. 32.6 points. Amazing. Zay Flowers, 34.6 points. Ugh. Disgusting. Travis Kelce, 13 points. He only got 4 targets. He got a touchdown. So, decent. Garrett Wilson, 25.5 points. Goes back to what you were saying. The Jets look scary, and they do look scary. Jake Elliott, 9 points. Denver defense, which I would think is a good pickup. They got their butt spanked by Green Bay and got you 0 points, but it didn't really matter. Kevin's side, Lamar Jackson. We said he's an amazing quarterback. He is. Definitely one of the top quarterbacks you get in this in fantasy football. 40 points. Proves it right there. Saquon Barkley, the person that he kept. 23.4 points. Love it. James Cook, 24 points. I mean, if you just stop right there,
we're good.
Oh, but sadly, we keep going. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 12.5 points. Okay, that's not terrible. Devontae Smith, 5.6 points. Yikes. Mark Andrews, 1.5 points. Yikes. Your flex options. James Conner, 16 points. Decent. But then Jamison Williams, 8.6 points. Ugh. Kicker did nothing. Defense did nothing. I mean, when it comes down to this, I am viewing Heather's team like I'm viewing Joel's team. I like what I see. Because here's how I see it. Jonathan Taylor is going to continue to do, I think, great. Puka is going to continue to do great. I think Zay Flowers is starting to really get his stride in Baltimore. I think he's going to do great. And then the two people that didn't get good points, Joe Burrow, the Bengals never do well in like the first few weeks. But we literally said last year Joe Burrow was doing bubkiss. And then he threw like, I think 2 50-point games. Yeah. He's going to come with time. Omarion Hampton, I said this before. Jim Harbaugh loves to run running backs. They picked him first overall. He just needs some time to get into the NFL pace, and I think he's going to be an absolute stud. If you just maybe look towards the bench, maybe you look at Javonte Williams to switch with your flex option. Maybe Cooper Kupp kind of gets a little bit more going in Seattle, maybe. Or maybe you look to trade that. Christian Kirk, when he gets healthy, he's going to look good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't see a lot of weak sides to Heather's. While for Kevin's, I think Kevin, I'm not going to meme on Kevin too much. I think he just got unlucky with some of the picks. I still think St. Brown is great. I think Devontae Smith is still great. I just think the Eagles, I mean, you saw it with A.J. Brown. They just didn't, they didn't throw. They ran. They just kept running for some reason. Now, is that an omen or is that just a one-off? I don't know. Mark Andrews, it's not a great tight end. You might want to look at a new tight end. And then, I mean, I think you need to bring Pittman in, honestly. You put Pittman on your bench. I think that was a mistake. I don't think it wouldn't have made a difference, but I think Pittman jumps into the team now, personally. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think kind of all, I mean, Heather was my sleeper pick for the season. And I think that this reinforces that. I think that she's got a squad, dude. I mean, she's got a squad. And I think my biggest takeaway for her squad is, like I said about Garrett Wilson. He balled last year with crappy Aaron Rodgers play.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to light it up this year. And I think she's got a really good team. I mean, I think she's got Brock Purdy, trade value. She's got trade value stuff on the bench here with Williams. She could trade him.
Honestly,
I mean, there's some moves that can be made. And I would agree with you on Kevin. I think that his team underperformed. I still feel like he has a very good team.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I'm not going to overreact with him at all. I think the Lions just put up a stinker, hence the 0 points from Heather. I mean, they put up a stinker.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
So, but I'm not going to overreact with Kevin. I mean, I just think, but Heather bought out. I mean, she scored 166 points. I mean, that's going to beat a lot of people. It beats me. It beats Tori. It beats Sean. It beats Gordon. It beats Kevin. It beats Katie. It beats. She's the second highest score.
The only one. I would be the only one that beats her.
You're the only one.
And I'm not going to be scoring 180 every single week.
No. So, I mean, you cannot throw shade at that at all. It's a very strong start for Heather and her team. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think we all know. I think we all feel good at this moment in time in the league to see Joel and Heather rise up in week one. And I think that's a good thing. And it also shows that last year was it was anything can happen year to year. But I feel like this year, looking at kind of wrapping up right now with the look back, the only person who's got a lot of work to do is Sean.
I would say Caleb has work to do because of the injuries.
If
you need to replace Xavier Worthy and George
players
Kittle
on his bench.
He does. I guess he doesn't have a tight end. He does need to get a new tight end. Maybe look to trade with Tori for Tyler Warren. Pick up a new tight end. But yeah, I mean, the great like you were saying, I think the great thing we have is I think this league. What makes me happy is I think this league is going to be a lot tougher. besides the outlier of me being in the 180s and the outlier of Sean being in the 130s, you can't and Kevin being in the 130s, but I don't think Sean needs to work. Kevin's just got unlucky. A lot of people are in that 140 to 160 range, kind of that 20-point swing. When before you had people in like the 120s, and then you had Kevin consistently hitting 180. So I think a lot of who like moving on and moving into the later on into the window, it's going to be who wants it more, who is looking at those waiver pickups, who's really doing their research, who's going to look for a crazy trade into what can bring their team the most value with everything. And I think this is going to be a great season.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, so looking ahead to the week 2 matchups, I'll start out. I'm going to give my pick for the week. I'm going Heather's Haterade over Gordon. Even though Gordon's favored right now, it says Gordon 145, Heather 143. Again, I think Heather's team is better than Gordon's team. And I think early in the season, Genty's not going to perform to the level he maybe needs to. Some of those factors. I think Jaden Daniels got a good game week 1 with the New York Giants. I think Thursday night's coming quick, and the Packers are going to be ready to ball out. And I don't think he's going to score as many points as he did the first game. Yeah. And so I think my pick for my lock for week 2 is I'm going Heather over Gordon in week 2. That's my pick. So do you have a pick?
Oh, man. I think you're going for your sleeper. I'm going to go for my sleeper, and I think Tori is going to make it over. I don't know how Sleeper says that Caleb it has a 60% chance to win. Maybe they haven't taken into consideration the injuries yet. But I think Tori's going to mop the floor. I think Tori is going to absolutely mop the floor. Jalen Hurts look at her team. Jalen Hurts goes to play against Kansas City, where Justin Herbert's just put up 40-something points. Could have ran for over 50 yards, and this is Justin Herbert we're talking about. I think they're going to do great. Kyron Williams against Tennessee. It's going to look great. If you want to keep RJ Harvey, he does go against Indianapolis, but if you bring in if you bring in another running back into there, maybe actually you don't have a replacement running back really to go into. So you got to looking for that trade, I think, would be the big difference. CeeDee Lamb going against the Giants, I think he's a bum, but I think anyone against the Giants is going to pick up major points. Neighbors against Dallas, we'll see how that goes. Waddle against the New England Patriots, I like to see, and Stephon Diggs against Miami. Like, you got a lot of like crisscross people playing each other, but I think they can all benefit each other. I think that's going to be a great game to watch. And I think to wrap up the final of looking into week 2, I think the match to watch for week 2 is our game. Because if you look at Sleeper right now, you are currently projected to make 148.37, and I'm projected to make 148.43. So if that turns out to be how it is going to be an absolute crazy close game.
Well, and it's for us to both. One of us moves to 2-0, and one of us moves to 1-1.
Yeah,
which is standings wise, it's an important game.
It's a very important game. So yeah, it's whoever wins this is going to keep riding that high and being like, my team is doing great. The other person is going to be like, okay, where did I fail? I need to go back to the lab. Because right now we're both saying our team's doing great, but obviously every team can go back to the lab.
Yeah. Looking at it. So me and you, we're playing for potential. Each of us have a 2-0 shot.
Yep.
Sean and Kevin are trying to get their first win. They're trying to not fall to 0-2.
And they're not the point swing right now is only 4 points.
Yep. Gordon and Heather, they're trying to get to 2-0. Katie is trying to avoid going to 0-2. Joel's trying to avoid going to 1-1. So Joel's got, he doesn't have as much to lose. Katie needs to get a win there.
Yeah.
And Tori and Caleb, they're both trying to avoid 0-2. So the week 2 matchup's always interesting to see who moves to 2-0 and who moves to 1-on-1 and who moves to 0-2.
It can be a crazy big divide. You could have a majority of the team being at 2-0 and the rest being at 0-2 at the end of week 2.
Yeah, it's great
to see. Final thoughts, Mike, at the end of week 1 before we call it off. Let's just say, who was the biggest winner, who was the biggest loser, and who do you still have the most hope for? Just give me a boom, boom, boom. So biggest winner of week 1.
My biggest winner has to be Joel and Heather. I got to pick both of them. I can't not pick both of them. I think both their teams played well. Biggest winner. Biggest loser, it's got to be back that pass up and take a shit, Sean. I mean, dude, it was rough out there. And then just like the ho-hum of the week, I'm going to go Tori. I'm going to go Tori with the ho-hum. I think her team's mid, and I think she's got to make a couple moves. That's where I'm at.
All right, my winner, I'm going to say myself because I scored the most points. I think 180 points is nothing to just be like about.
You can't scoff at it.
I can't scoff at it, especially when I went against someone who currently has 162 points, third highest score currently. Actually, yeah, third highest just behind Heather. So, if I had a normal outing, I would have lost this. So my team, they played lights out, and that's all I can ask for them. Loser, I'd like to make fun of Caleb, but Caleb did get some injuries, which kind of really hurt him. And Joel had some ballers as well. So I got to say, Sean, you got to get you got to bring the new people in, It's time for a revitalization. Out with the old. You got to Marie Kondo. We're going into week 2, and I'm telling you to Marie Kondo your entire team. You need to look at the player and be like, does this old wrinkly sack bring me life? If not, you got to say thank you for your service and throw it out. Bring in the new. And then my ho-hum, overall,
what it is.
It's crazy. I guess it is Tori. I think Tori didn't do great, but she didn't do bad. It's just kind of middle of the road. I think if she makes a few little tweaks, I think she will be star-studded. So I'm not saying this as in you suck. I still have you as my sleeper pick. I just think you need to make a few tweaks. That's all. And yeah. Well, guys, this is the end of week 1 recap. Again, our matchups for next week are myself versus my lovely co-host, Mike. Mike, by the way, what's your mom's name? I need to do
You have to do your research.
I need to do some editing.
And then we got Sean versus Rev Kev.
There we go. Then we got Gordon versus Heather.
Then we got Joel going against Katie.
And wrapping it up, we got Tori versus Caleb. Guys, it's been a wonderful week 1 review. We got plenty of football to watch. Thank you guys so much for your time. Love y'all. And I'll see you for week 2 recap. See ya.
See ya.
Football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football.